Hey, welcome to Film Turbo. Today, I will retell you the film Fresh. Let's go. A girl named Noah is looking for her love. She usually gets acquainted through sites and only then goes on a date. But as usual, guys from such sites turn out to be strange to say the least. So this time the girl, in the hope that everything will be fine, goes on a date with a guy named Chat. During their date, the guy only talks to himself, then asks her to pay for dinner while taking the rest of the food with him. And at the very end, when he invites the girl to another meeting, the guy hears a refusal and he starts insulting the girl. While boxing, Noah complains to her best friend named Molly about a terrible date. The girl consoles her and says that in the future, she will definitely meet the prince. Immediately after a workout, an upset girl goes to the grocery store where she meets Steve, who at first glance seems very charming and funny. Noah leaves the guy his phone and they part ways. 2 days go by Steve and he didn't call the girl, because of which she begins to worry that he might be married. But just a few hours later, Steve still invites her on a date to a bar where they drink, chat, get to know each other better, and quickly find a common language. The guy says that he works as a plastic surgeon. The date goes fantastically, and even though the girl doesn't usually do that, this time she calls the guy home and they make love. In the morning, Noah takes a picture of a guy and goes to the shower, and then dials Molly to share the story of an incredible date. Molly becomes curious and she wants to see Steve, at least in the photographs, but a friend replies that he is not on social networks. Molly tells her it's weird, however. Noah pays no attention to it. On the next date, Noah finds out that Steve does not eat animals. Also, the guy begins to be interested in various information. He asks her what she told someone about me. The girl is delighted with him and even seems to have fallen in love, so she does not notice the strange interrogation. And when Steve offers to leave for the weekend somewhere, Noah immediately agrees. When she calls Molly about the trip, her best friend begins to worry because she does not even know Steve. But the girl calms her down after she throws a photo of the guy. On the day of the trip, Steve says that they will stay at his house, and the next day they will go on vacation together. Upon arrival, the girl inspects Steve's luxurious house, not paying attention to where he is, as well as the lack of communication and the internet. The guy gives her a cocktail, after which she starts to feel dizziness and soon completely falls unconscious. When she wakes up, she finds that she is chained to the floor. Steve immediately says that he sells human meat for very good money. He intends to slowly sell the whole girl piece by piece, including even her hair. However, he warns that the meat must be fresh so he won't kill her. When Steve leaves the room, Noah starts calling for help. She hears a woman's voice through the wall and starts pleading for help. But another girl named Penny says that she has the same problem. Penny has lost track of time and does not know how long she has been there. Molly becomes worried that her friend is not getting in touch, and after Steve sends a supposedly photo from Noah's phone, and Molly stumbles upon this image on the internet and realizes that Noah did not take this photo. Steve tries to get Noah to eat. He still treats her warmly, so when the girl asks to take her to the shower, Steve agrees, but Noah tries to escape. But the guy knocks her out and then takes her to the operating table. Steve cuts her ass and starts telling her that this is her punishment for behaving badly. Back in the cell, the girl communicates with Penny again and they find a common language, so Noah admits that she slept with Steve. This surprises Penny because she did not hear about any other, the victim who slept with him. At this time, Molly goes to the bartender who served the couple on their first date. She asks to see information from Steve's credit card, and because they met before, the bartender makes her request. The girl, having received the full name of Steve, immediately looks for him on social networks and finds his wife. It turns out that he is really married and he has 2 children. Meanwhile, Noah, in a conversation with Steve, asks why he made love to her. He admits that he really likes her, but at the same time, he believes that it was his mistake. When Steve leaves, the girl notices the inscription in the magazine from the previous victim. If you are reading this, then he likes you, use it. Noah listens to the advice and becomes interested in Steve's life. She then asks what human meat tastes like, and Steve gives her a sincere answer that everything depends on cooking. Meanwhile, Molly goes to the address of Steve's wife named N, but before entering the house, she sends her location to bartender Paul. In case something goes wrong, Molly tells about her friend, although she seems to know nothing, and does not believe at all that her husband can cheat on her. At this time, Steve returns home. Molly begins to interrogate him, but the guy keeps his cool and says that he does not understand what is at stake. Before leaving, Molly calls Noah's phone, who starts vibrating in Steve's pocket, and after that, N knocks the girl out. In the evening, Steve praises his wife for helping him, and when he leaves, she goes to the shower, and at that moment, we are shown that the girl has missing leg. The next day, Steve cuts meat and cooks something special, his signature dish. He invites Noah to dinner, where he says that he tried human meat as a child and could not forget its taste. Then he found a community of people who are willing to pay for them. The guy persuades Noah to try the meat dish he has been preparing all evening. The girl forces herself to try the food, trying not to show disgust. After dinner, Steve goes to another cell where he grabs Molly and cuts off a piece of it. And Noah, as soon as she is left alone, throws up leftover food while the floor becomes nervous after his ex-girlfriend stops communicating. The next day, Steve returns to the girl with a gift. He gives her a beautiful dress and again invites you to dinner in a couple hours. Noah cleans up and goes to a romantic dinner by candlelight. After the first course, Steve shows her a hidden shelf where the things of the kidnapped girls are stored, which he sends to customers along with meat. There, the girl notices Molly's phone and does not attach great importance to this. Trying to act carefree, Noah continues to ingratiate himself with the guy. He brings a new dish, baked female breasts. The girl even begins to cry, expressing guilt that she does not feel terrible despite the fact that she eats human meat. She shows that she supposedly starts to like everything. Steve kisses her and then invites her to a dance, after which the couple go to bed, where Noah bites off his balls, then steals the keys. The girl goes down to the basement where she frees Molly and then a Penny who has no legs. Then the girls run into Steve in the kitchen, where they have a real battle in which they manage to knock out the guy with great difficulty. Picking up their cell phones, they run out into the street, and at that time, Paul drives up. Noah, having heard the shots, gets into the car and leaves. Meanwhile, Steve has already come to his senses and found the girls. They again start a fight in which Noah grabs a gun and shoots him in the face. After a while, Anne drives up to the house. She stumbles upon Steve's body and then sees Noah, who returned to Forest to find her phone. Anne pretends to be one of the victims and attacks the girl. Noah stabs her in the neck with keys, but despite this, Anne is still on her feet and manages to fight with the girl. Then Molly appears and hits Anne with a shovel head. Tired girls are resting by a tree. In this moment, Noah's phone receives a message from Cheetah. Although Steve was killed, his business continues to live and customers continue to receive meat. That's all. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss new videos. See you soon.